Hello student, myself Dr. V.B. Sonawne. Student, all the lecture are of choice based credit system syllabus. Student, as you have read the title that this is the part third, I will just revise what we have studied in part first and second. So, in part first we study the systematic position, habit and habitat, external morphology of thallus and internal structure of thallus. And in part second we study reproduction of rhexia, vegetative and sexual reproduction. Today we are going to learn the life cycle of rhexia. This is a part third. So student, our subtopic is fertilization in rhexia, structure of sporophyte, structure and germination of spores, and life cycle pattern of rhexia. So let's see the fertilization in rhexia. Fertilization means fusion of male and female gamete. In all bryophyte, water is necessary for the process of fertilization in rhexia. Water is needed for rupturing antheridia and for opening of archegonial chamber. Anthrozoids liberate from antheridium, swim freely in the water and reach up to archegonium. At the same time, the neck canal cells and venter canal cell of archegonium disorganize and produce mucilage. To just understanding the concept, I will just zoom the image. They are reaching to the archegonium due to chemotactic attraction, means movement of an organism in response to a chemical stimulus. Archegonium open the neck by releasing chemicals like protein, inorganic salt or potassium, etc. These chemicals are present in the mucilage formed by the disintegration of neck canal cell and venter canal cells. Through this substance, many anthrozoids swim and reach up the egg, but only one anthrozoid is succeed to penetrate an egg cell. The nucleus of anthrozoid fuse with an egg and thus fertilization is completed. And finally, by the union of the nuclei of male and female gametes, zygote is formed. The zygote contain 2n number of chromosomes, that is the zygote is diploid. So let us see the next subtopic, Structure of sporophyte. I will just zoom the image. Young sporangium is filled with sporogenous tissue, which after meiosis produces many haploid spores. It is simple and made up of only capsule, hence known as sporogonium, and it is without foot and seta, means foot and seta being absent. Sporophyte develop from a zygote placed in venter. It remains embedded in the gametophytic tissue, and it is a non-green structure, thus depending entirely on the gametophyte for food. Inside the sporogonium are present many spore mother cells, which remain surrounded by a capsule wall and two-layer calyptra. Each spore mother cells divide by meiosis and form 4 haploid spores arranged in tetrahedrally, except Rixia personi. Earlier to the formation of spores, the wall of the sporogonium as well as the inner layer of calyptras dissolve, and thus only a single layer calyptra is present outside the spores. In sporogonium, elaters are absent. A neck of the long archegonium may remains outside for some time, but it finally dry up. The spores are liberated without involving any special mechanism, that is it survive when decay, means decompose of capsule wall, calyptra, and breaking the overlapping tissue of the thallus. Spores are carried away through air or raindrops. So student, I think that you have understand the first and second topic, and now we are going to study the next topic, that is structure of spores. It is the first cell of the gametophytic generation. The spores are discharged only after the disintegration, means breakdown of the thallus. Shape of the spore is rounded. Each spore ranges from 0.05 to 0.12 millimeter in diameter. Yellow, orange or black in color, and consist of a spore wall enclosing within a rich cytoplasm and a nucleus. The spore wall consists of 3 layers. The outermost strongly layer is the exosporium, which is then thin and cutinized. The middle mesosporium is thick, and the innermost endosporium is thin and homogeneous. The entire spore wall is irregularly thickened and folded. Next topic, that is germination of spores. I will just zoom the image. The spore germinate under a favorable condition with into a gametophytic plant body. On the decay of the capsule wall, spores liberate and carried by air or raindrops. Spore germination begin with the rupture at the triradiate mark, and the endosporium along with spore content protrudes out of the mesosporium, and exosporium spore swell up by absorption of water and produce a germ pore on the outer face through which is germ tube arises. Simultaneously, the rhizoids also emerge out. Nucleus migrate at the tip of germ tube and divided to produce 8 cell structure. The cellular region turn green, which is known as protonema. It divides and redivides to form a new thallus. So student, now we are going to study the last topic of the lecture, that is a life cycle pattern of Rixia. So student, you can see that this is a mind map. So let's study it. In life cycle of Rixia, plant body is ribbon shape, dichotomously branched thallus called gametophyte. It is a green, independent and dominant phase. The life cycle of Rixia shows a regular alternation of generation, that is a gametophytic and sporophytic. The two generations are morphologically different, hence this type of alternation of generation is called as heteromorphic. Rixia thallus is monoecious. The male and female sex organ are developed into tissue of thallus from a single initial cell. Male sex organ is called antheridium and female sex organ called as archegonium. The male and female gametes of Rixia fuse to form result of fertilization is called diploid zygote, and that develop into embryo, which grows into the next generation, the diploid sporophytic generation. The embryo metamorphosis into sporogonium contain spores, mother cells. Production of spore tetrad involves meiosis, hence there is a return to the haploid condition. They germinate by a germ tube and give rise to the gametophyte thallus of Rixia. Rixia shows alternation of generation, haploid gametophyte generation and a diploid sporophytic generation alternate with each other. So student, in this lecture we the study fertilization in Rixia, structure of sporophyte, structure and germination of spores, and life cycle pattern of Rixia. These all the important point which I have taken in this lecture will be useful in the exam, means in easy words this all are the important. For getting like this study lecture, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you.
Said I'm not yours, so I'll say you're not mine. Okay.